Okie dokie. Are we live? Is YouTube saying we're live? Maybe. Oh, yep. There we go. And there we are on laptop. And let me just get a pop-up chat. There we go. Looking good. Right. So we are now live. I have my chat. I have the game. Everything seems to be working. So yes, about 20 minutes later than I planned, but a certain couple of people who will remain nameless got me into a game called Vampire Survivors, which I streamed on Saturday. And it's easy to sink a bit of time into that one. Right. Well, anyway, back to Sorin's journey. Last stream, what all happened last stream? I believe we solved a bit of a murder mystery in Gridania, cleared out Hog Manor, and found that Labrea sent a couple of servants of his to test Sorin. For what reason? Don't know yet. I'm sure we'll find out sooner or later. As for what we're doing here in Southern Fanalan is, well, the kobolds have summoned their primal titan. And we need to, as, you know, it's kind of the Scion's mission, to defeat him. Problem is, we don't know how to get to Titan. So I went to the Company of Heroes, who defeated him in the past, and do know how to get to him. But they're being a little uncooperative, and asking that in exchange for this information, I help them prepare a banquet for their employer. So I gathered an egg from the South Shroud, and now I'm here to obtain something else in Zagoli Desert. Oh. There you go. Excuse me, sir. You were ready to tell me about this ingredient I need to find? A shame we did not meet when I was still with the Company of Heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. But no point dwelling on what cannot be. You have a Welwick worm to hunt. A Welwick worm, sir? Sandworms sliver brazenly across the desert dunes, but Welwick worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on the smaller creatures of the Zagoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There is an area teeming with anglers to the east. I will mark it up on your map, along with the location where Welwick worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. I'll be careful of that, sir. And, thank you, I guess. Need to give Aquila another Gistle Green. Let's get going. The east, he said. I have to find a... Oh. Saudi core connection signal. Oh. Yep. Okay, yep. That's looking like a problem. Give me a moment. Discord, I probably don't need you. I would close Steam if it probably wouldn't break Final Fantasy. Anything else that can be closed down that might help? I don't normally have problems on streaming on Mondays. Okay. Are you still not happy with me, YouTube? Yep. Okay, that's a little bit of a problem. Stop. That might be actually to do with I was trying to test out on Saturday a different streaming option to reduce latency, but I think it might be actually hurting my video quality. It maybe worked for kind of a lower, not as graphically intensive game like like Vampire Survivors. But I get the feeling with Final Fantasy maybe it's having a bit more of a problem. Okay, it does seem our connection is saying excellent again. Hopefully it doesn't get drop too often. There's our angler. Anyone else? Kill the angler and then take it over the point Dunham marked on my map. That is just the southeast. Right. Those are the sandworms he must have been talking about. Just place the bait here. Lie in wait, I guess. I guess that's the target. There we go. I guess I should show this to the nun just to make sure that it's definitely the right creature. Don't want to go all the way back to Costa del Sol, find out it's wrong, and yeah, it'll end up taking even more time before the Company of Heroes decides to help us out. And I'm sure Miss Yashtala wouldn't be most pleased if there's any more delays than there has to be. Sir, I have the Wellwick worm. You look well. Have you caught your quarry then? I have indeed, sir. I believe this is it. Your skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, Sorin. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Wiskat. Worry not. You have my word that he will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the furred ingredient. I regret to say that I know not of its location. For the nonce, you should return to Costa del Sol and seek Wiscat's counsel. But hold a moment. Since you will be meeting the captain again soon, there is something I would like you to deliver to him for me. Diesel first. What could I deliver for you, sir? The captain was always fond of this brand of wine. I would be grateful if you could deliver it on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have I owe to his wisdom and generosity. Weisgott was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert moulder of men, and I suspect that is still the case now. Please, give him my regards, Sorin. I will do that, sir. Anyway, that means I return to Costa del Sol. Excuse me? There he is. Mr. Weisgott, sir? Well met, Sorin. Land and Old Nun both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? The nun gave me this to give to you. Ah, my favourite. I shall have to thank the nun personally. Now, you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Aldenar this time to obtain it. That's helpful, sir. Where do I need to be heading then? Truth be told, I never intended for you to collect this lost ingredient. Brayflox, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not long ago she sent word that there's been some trouble at the long stop, and that the delivery would be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident herself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Though I would like nothing more than to aid her myself, I have no choice but to turn to you and your allies. Make haste to Hidden Falls Docks, and speak with Ozan Nazan. He will direct you to Raincatcher Gully, where Brayflox and her people have made their home. Yes, sir. Sounds a bit of... Sounds like a goblin name, almost. Ooh. That looks like trouble up there. This road, I believe I follow. That must be the castrum that the Admiral mentioned during her speech. The Imperial presence right on our front door. How we deal with something like that? Excuse me, sir. What's the hurry, venturer, eh? Has something happened over at the Gobby settlement? Oh, so they are goblins. I don't know why you're so eager to help a bunch of beastmen. Go and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to Raincatcher Gully. Thank you, sir. Hello there. We're going to Raincatcher Gully. Are you coming along? I am indeed. Yeah, no, there. But while I'm over here, probably stop by and attune to that. Wait, I already attuned to it? I have, apparently. Oh yeah, because I came through to... Why did I come through to there again? Oh yeah, I had to go to the gully when I did the first scholar quest, didn't I? This is it. You're the only goblin about something. Miss Brayflox? Psst. Tongue flaps of Weisgott be reaching ears of Brayflox. Uplanders come for tasty fresh gobby treats, yes? West prize of Uplander deep in Longstop. Flighty beast chased Gobbyflock from homes. Gobbyflock needs goodly uplander, give safety to Longstop with much hand-lending. So, help free the Longstop from a winged creature? That's what I'm gathering here. Doesn't sound like it'll be a problem. Excuse me. So this is the long stop. Is that go before? That's the winged beast, I'm guessing. That's that looks like a dragon. Ooh. Guessing these are the wild creatures that moved in after the goblins were forced out, or are they maybe driven into a frenzy by the presence of a dragon? Hello there. Shh! Don't be fucking danger! Uplanders take gate key! Open head gate! These are always useful. Oh. Looks like someone needs help. Need to stay back. Oh. Okay. Made it through. Poison. I'll get the odds first. Oh, there's a lot of poison. It's the big one. Drink the yellow coffee. More of them, but I think that we can just deal with the alpha and the swarm scatters. That is not helpful to me. Oh, that's probably on me. This way. Chrono drink. Oh, Breathworks? You've lured another lizard here. That is something I've never seen done before. In this little bit. I mean, use the sleep spell to just not have to fight Tempest Beast for the first bit. Man, it's awake now though. Oh, no mage trouble. Press on. It's got the critical. Wait. Hellbender. This is a fairly straightforward battle. Excuse me? Ow. Here that sentence. And comes right to me. And that was easy. I'm guessing that's not the last we've seen of him, though. Would like to see if nope. Getting you a full set of tank gear. The one bit of wizard gear we got was for White mage. Looks like the way's clear. Guessing this is the dragon's lair. I've defeated a god before, so a dragon shouldn't be too bad, right? Don't want to stay away from them. Nice, got a critical hit. That tank buster didn't do much, given it was a tank buster. First move. Oh wait. Oh, why are you taking so much damage, sir? And there we go. Dead dragon. Oh. Okay, guess I'm not giving any accommodations. Oh, Miss Braveflux. Everything okay? Braveflux has come to give Goody Upland a gobby handling. I appreciate it, but I think we're finished. Is everything back to normal, Miss Braveflux? Goodly Uplander has thanks of Gobbyflock. Blighty Beast was tricksy foe, but Uplander outwitted with plans making. Uplander has goodly head for fighty think. Braveflock's happy gives tasty fresh gobby treats to clever Uplander. Cheese, the stinky sweet gobby treat, special make with secret gobby arts. No party complete without gobby goda. Braveflock's every say. Gouda? Gumbo cheese. The pungent odour of this hard yellow cheese veined with blue-green mold is most comparable to the warm, damp boot of a zombie after stepping in right chocobo tongue. Goblins claim it is a delicacy, but then again, they have the masks to filter out your... That's a point. But this is what Mr. Weiscott asked for, so I guess I deliver it. Hello, Michelges. Local legend states that he who calls the name of Michelges 3 times will summon the unspeakable wolf-blood monstrosity from deep beneath the earth. The real destruction on the world above. Fortunately, few can pronounce the name. Unfortunately, it appears someone was lucky. I'm gonna leave that for now. I don't think I'm in need of either experience or storm seals. I'm not using them for too much. Hello, sir. We're going to Hidden Falls. Are you coming along? I am indeed, sir. Report this to Mr. Weiscott and find out what he needs from me next. Just going to quickly check the stream health. Nope, no error messages since the last one. That's always a good thing. There's the sunrise. We can't have long left before this banquet, I don't think. Oh, Mr. Weiscott? I gather you solved Brayflox's little problem. I did indeed, sir. Here you go. By the gods, that unholy stench! This is... oh, definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How is it made? It's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned what kind of milk to use. Ugh. If the captain of the company of heroes is having that much of a reaction, I think indeed I am best just not knowing. Bravo, Sorin. Thanks to you, our guests shall be honoured with a marvellous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shamani Lomani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip. He'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely a ploy to test your patience, I assure you, I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shamani Lomani my regards. I will do that, sir. Might just be quicker to teleport to Wineport. No, it's in the same zone, but... and I have to pay 40 gil for the ferry anyway, so... excuse me, Mr. Shamani Lamani? Sweat, grime, and blood. Aye, you reek of blood. An adventure, unless I'm mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? I have an order slip here from Mr. Weiscott down at Costa del Sol. An order? Let me guess. A request for the finest vintage I can muster. The paper smells of loam and perfume. Costa del Sol. And there's also the unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Geguruju would not settle for anything less than the best. Dristweds and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. Ah, but perhaps you're confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways. But you've no interest in my affairs. You only wish to discuss the wine, I suspect. It's not so much I'm not interested, sir, and more... I kind of have a situation. Time is a little of the essence. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny it pays well. Ah, but you grow impatient, and Waistcat must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Barglent, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vilbrand. Somehow, I doubt he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. Very well, sir. Excuse me, Mr. Barglent, son? What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. This missile is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of his polluted swill. What is it? I am in the middle of an important discussion, and I do not care for interruptions. That neophyte Vinter bid you speak with me? Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you gobway urine than sell you my worst vintage. Begone from my sight! Okay, sir. Mr. Lomani, I feel that's a little bit more than not receptive. I take it he said no? Really? In those words? Well, I cannot say that I am surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternative approach. An alternative approach, sir? There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines. Which isn't to say their grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the Vignerons of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, as they used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavourful of all wines. Aye, the legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. And pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh, and was one with all creation. But, as is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Bargland to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine, and to offer them every gill we can spare. I've heard rumours that one of the Vignerons tending the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. If we have no other leads to go on, I guess that's good a plan as any, sir. You're not in Wineport all too often. I'm not. Haven't food around. Well, excuse me, sir. Would you ever happen to have had a bottle of Bacchus wine? What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. I never had the chance to try it myself. I'm sorry, friend, but you're a few years too late. No worries, sir. Maybe someone else. It doesn't seem particularly likely. Especially if it's as rare as Mr. Lomani said it is. Excuse me, sir. Do you happen to own any, Bacchus wine? Bacchus wine? Ah, don't remind me. Used to have a cellar filled with the stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elementals. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up my goddamned house. Yes, that would be a problem, sir. My condolences. Oh. Maybe Mr. Lomani has another idea? Is this really the only wine that... It's just weird, there are a lot of people poking him. Mr. Lomani? No luck, Most regrettable. But we had to try. But Bacchus wine would have been perfect for the occasion. Though, I must confess, my certitude could be due in part to my personal history of the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogomoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was still so much I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think that wondrous ambrosia which once filled me with hope may be forever lost to us. Leave mind? Best for me? Do you have any other ideas, Mr. Lomani? I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there's much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. Have no fear. I swear that I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there is a favour I would ask of you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Vilbrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die, because I very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Drest took me in and nursed me back to health. And it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me to find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation, and I would be most grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Drest sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully docks, so perhaps Ritskill can tell you where to find him. I'll do that, sir. Is this Bacchus wine really the only wine that will do for a party like this? Is there none of... Can Master Gegariche not spare any men? Someone maybe with... representing him might have more sway with... this wine lord. Drest? Oh, you mean the hermit? I toss him a few gil when we need an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself, and I sure as hell don't ask. And when a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone, I say. If you've got a mind to find him, though, then head southwest to the Severed String. Thank you, sir. Scars... Was he there at Cartano as well, I wonder? Hello there. Apologies, but I'm going to ignore you. anyone's to be around anywhere here. This looks like a house. Excuse me, Mr. Rest? What do you want? I was sent here by Mr. Shimani Lamani. He, asked me to give you this. What, wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? Mr. Dressed, sir? Are you okay? Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing, it keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please, make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. You okay, sir? I suppose I should help him out. I should have considered. War's rarely kind. I don't guarantee the midges will stay gone, but if I can at least give them the chance to get a good nap. War should do it. There's one to the other side of the house, maybe. Oh, never mind this. Everyone's moved in here again already. Hopefully that'll have thinned the swarms enough to quiet down that buzzing. Mr. Dressed? Is that any better? It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me. Even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others... no one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it! I'm not even Garlean! They conquered my lands just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. It's okay, sir. I wish to thank Shimani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Of course, sir. Last night at Red Mantis Falls, I collected the sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it makes for fine wine, see? It should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please, take them to Shimani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope to one day do the same. I'm sure you will, sir. Just look after yourself, okay? Somehow, someday, I'll find my way back to you. He's not talking about me. I do hope he's going to be okay there. I'm looking for these. There's one second. Breathe out here. There's a second. That looks like the third. Right. Back to Wineport. Quite warm out here. I think I prefer the meadows of Middle and Oskia compared to these jungles. Guess it's all part of my new home. It looks very similar to that structure in Eastern Fanalan. Mr. Lumani, I spoke with Drest. I have something for you from... It has been some time, Sorin. What news do you have of Drest? Sap of a palm tree fermented inside an island coconut shell. Far more potent than wine made from grapes. Palm wine. If brewed for far more potent than wine made from grapes. Palm wine, if brewed for too long, can cause loss of eyesight or even death. Oh. Hopefully this hasn't been overbrewed. Mr. Drest gave me this palm wine to give to you. Ah, yes, I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking. A simplistic but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We are not so different, Drest and I. Two men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he has been alone with his thoughts for far too long. It is past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, Sorin. Not a problem, sir. Did you have any ideas about that wine, though, to find it? By the God, Sorin, listen! Yes, sir? I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Drest's palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain. These are the leaves of a Bacchus grapevine. But leaves don't stick around for years after the... There's a plot still out there, then. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Drest found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. I will do that, sir. Oh, so... That's far better than just finding a single bottle, right? I mean... I'm not a particularly big drinker myself, but... if it's as good as people say, it's gonna... definitely help out in... revitalizing Wineport a bit. Help it recover a bit from the calamity. And maybe contributing like that, maybe that'll help Mr. Drest move on a little. If he can have the knowledge that he played a part in doing that. Clearly guilty about something. Excuse me, Mr. Drest? Oh, hello again. What is it? These leaves that you used to, like, cork the palm wine. Do you remember where you found them? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. I didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh goobway tracks though. Maybe the leaves came from the vines growing on the back of one such beast. If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some goobways are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. Don't worry too much about me, sir. I can kind of handle myself. Guessing that's the Juggernaut. Old Garlean Magitech. Any particularly different looking goobways? Jeez. You're looking a little different. Let's see if we can't... I just want the clipping from you. We don't have to... make a big deal. I guess it's too late now. This is a cutting the judging by the leaves, and I think the smell is the same. Mr. Lumani will definitely know. Oh, hello, Mr. Drest. Do you know anything about this? Maybe I should leave him be again. I don't feel I know him quite well enough to start asking personal questions. Oh, hello, Paladin. I wonder... I'd hope it might go some way to helping us. I have... Again, I think... I'm put on the... Oh, Mage's Gloves there. There. And I've got mitts though, which I'm not a fan of. So I will... Once I'm in the sanctuary... Yeah, Good update. Mr. Lumani? What did Drest have to say, Sorin? Tell me everything. Well, he directed me to some nearby goobways, and I got this off the bag of one of them. I think it's got the same leaf pattern. Ahaha! I was right! This smell, this texture. I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vintner could... 12 is my witness! It is a Bacchus grapevine! Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me? But why? There's none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Berglent. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamouring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. Sir, you needn't... Wait! The shape of this bottle, the scent of this label... This couldn't possibly be... A 1547 Bacchus? But that's impossible! This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savoured by the saviours of Wineport, I say. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gigaruji will find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, Sorin. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. But do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to Captain Weiskat. Of course, sir. And it's not a problem. But what about you? Are you okay not, having a taste? Well, yes, I would very much like to drink it. But I'm a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. Well, thank you for everything, sir. Guess I should be on my way back to Costa del Sol. Have a bit of my own drink. And some apple and mango juice that is actually really nice. Miss Yashtola, how are you doing? Greetings, Sorin. I thought it fitting that I seek you out and offer my gratitude for all that you have accomplished. No, it's nothing really, just fetching ingredients. Mr. Weiskat, your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me. So, what of the wine I asked you to bring? I have this, Bacchus wine? Is that... 7 hells of 1547 Bacchus! Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you. But congratulations, Sorin. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. I can't really blame her, sir. We do have pressing matters. Perhaps you could tell her that the banquet is about to begin. We'll do that, sir. New minion. I will summon my Goopy. Miss Yashtola, the banquet is about to begin. You have the look of a man who has been to the 7th hell and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals for a banquet held in his own honour. And this while the shadow of Titan looms over us all. It beggars belief. Wait. Ma'am, what was that about? I can only applaud your stoicism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I should have accepted my lot with less grace. But the feast isn't in my honour, ma'am. There are other visitors that were mentioned. Lady Yashtola, Sir Sherwood! 1,000 pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, sir. Had I known, I would never have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Master Gigaruji? Come now, you must have sensed something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would send you running to length and breadth for Eorzea for a banquet, did you? I did, sir. Spare him your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment. And unlike me, Sorin has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten him. Aye, aye, fair is fair. There's no sense hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath. That any who follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge those would-be god-slayers by his own criteria. If even one found him wanting, he would be rejected without a second thought. But if he proved himself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support his cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls, eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few are capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the 5 of you deigned to test Sorin with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I'm sure. But tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? He's a brave one, that much is certain. He willingly walked into the midst of danger, despite my repeated warnings that could cost him his life. His skill is undeniable. He stalked his prey as relentlessly as any child of the sands, and struck with precision when an opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. Sorin, however, is a kind and generous soul. I am certain he has no shortage of loyal allies who will gladly fight at his side. Shh. Wily Uplander is a talentful plantmaker, tricksy foe for mighty Rockman. I can only concur with my colleagues' assessments. We 5 of the Company of Heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of Crag, Sorin Sherwood, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. Thank you, sir. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends. For today we celebrate the birth of a new legend, Sorin Sherwood, Titan's Bane. Sorin Sherwood, Titan's Bane. That's a bit early to be making a big deal out of. Don't have anything to say. It has been too long since I last set foot outside Forgotten Springs, passing the time with old friends and old wine. Hey, today is a good day indeed. Miss Brayflocks? Tasty fresh treats are plentiful in belly of Brayflocks. Been enjoying the food, I guess, then. How about you, Mr. O'Malley? It feels wonderful to be with the others again. I wish this day would never end. Londonell? Seeing everyone like this brings back such fond memories. I wonder if any of them would be interested in reforming the company. Do you not have your... I suppose... hello there. Congratulations, sweetling. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. I think I'll just stick to the food for now. I don't quite know how to conduct myself at a banquet like this. I can eat at least. I can just hope the goblin cheese tastes better than it smells. apparently it was. Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief, transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and cry out to the heavens in celebration. Apparently that's not enough to get the well-fed buff. Mr. Lamani, how are things? When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Limsalaminsa, Eorzir, or anything beyond his chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them, and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory was ever achieved alone. Yes, sir. Miss Bravelogs, do you have any advice? Goodly Uplander must be facing mighty Rockman with clever fighty think. Gobbyflock cannot be coming to the rescue this time. I'll make sure to go in prepared then. Mr. Landau, do you have any advice for me? Ah, Sorin, you brave fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him Landonell sends his regards. I'll do that, sir. Just hoping for something maybe a little more practical, but... Good none, sir? You are a veteran of countless battles, Sorin. This is but one more. Trust in your experience, and you will prevail. Thank you, sir. Miss Weiscott? Mr. Weiscott? You're blessed with a fortitude to rival the earth itself. The Titan will struggle to break you, I think. I think we're about ready, Miss Yashaw. You are kind to indulge them, Sorin. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration. Though they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan has yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. We should. Even I can tell we've wasted enough time with... I mean, it was a nice feast, but... people's lives are at risk, sir. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we will show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lanosia. There you will meet with Riol, another man who once served with the company. To ensure that this knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you have given the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at the 3 locations I mark. Only then will he appear to meet you at this 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that it is more than reasonable once you comprehend the risks inherent in our method. Okay, sir. So... off to... Upper Lanosia, I think. Teleport to Divine Port will speed things up a bit. This way. Avoid any fights. I haven't been to this side of Bronze Lake, I don't think. A new Aphrodite to attune to. Oh, hello. I'm gonna stay away from you. I think you're the S rank here. Maybe. even damper this side of the lake than it was on the west. Hello there. I'll just quickly register my name, if that's okay. Tune to the eighth right here. And whistle at the 3 locations, right? Two. And the third is up here. I hope I'm not bothering people by doing this. Isn't the right environment to be running around on a chocobo. Well, this is the meeting point, so I'm assuming... excuse me, sir. I was supposed to be meeting someone here? Greetings, mate. Might be you the one the captain said would come calling. I thought so. Pay attention now, because I ain't explaining myself twice. I'm listening, sir. Years ago, when we was weighing up how to get to Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across this beastman Aephorite, see? A beastman Aephorite? Yeah, what's that look for? Not familiar with him? Not really, sir. He speaks of an unamplified Aephorite which has been claimed by a beast tribe. Lest you wonder, there is no fundamental differences between such Aephorites and those which you have used on countless occasions, Sorin. Well, I ain't the Charlian lass. Welcome back. Forgive me for interrupting. I had planned to await your report, but I succumbed to curiosity. The tunnels beneath Okamoro form a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate it is a mystery I have long pondered. Give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to try going in the front. The kobolds are always digging new tunnels and filling old ones with traps. One wrong step, and next thing you know, you've got hundreds of tons of rocks on your noggin. A suicide to even try, see? The funny thing was, the goblins didn't seem to have no trouble finding their way around. And it was that got us thinking. I mean, Okamoro mines are like a bleeding city, ain't they? And getting around the city that big would be a right pain in the arse if you didn't have an Aephronet, wouldn't it? So it stood to reason that the kobolds must have one, didn't it? Even if there were Aephorite shards in the depths of Okamoro, you would have needed to attune yourselves to them before you could identify their signatures within the lifestream. Well, that's where you're wrong, love. We had this Charlian bloke to help us, see? Delivered us right into Titan's bedchamber, he did. I don't rightly know how he did it, but I do remember him saying it weren't nothing any Charlian scholar worth her salt couldn't manage. Did he now? Locating a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if the Aephorites in question happened to be... yes. But in order to guide a traveller to said beacon's safety, a second party would be required to... It is possible. In theory, at least. Yet I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly, all will depend on whether or not I am worth my salt. Oh, you are, lass. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Why don't we all go to Zelma's Run and take a closer look at the Aephorite? It ain't far. No, there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way. Not ye can't handle, mind. Sure. Guess going and having a look is always a good start. easier to make plans when you actually know what you're making plans about. And I'm fairly certain, if I ever see her again, that Miss Killier wouldn't be too impressed if I had got into habits of just rushing blindly into places. This is the Aetheryte. Feels like one. This is the Aetheryte the Company of Heroes used to gain access to Titan's Sanctuary. Oh, you've brought the Maelstrom. It is as Papalimo speculated. In its present state, this Aetheryte signal will not be strong enough for our purposes. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you will have to proceed without me, Sorin. I must need to remain here and supplement this beacon's power, lest you be denied your only path of escape. Fear not, I will summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. With effort, it is possible that I may be able to stabilize the Aetheryte's signal and thereby join you, albeit belatedly. Until such time as I do, you will be on your own. It's okay, ma'am. When I fought Ifrit, it was just me and the other adventurers. I'm sure we'll find a way to make things work. Now, let us see if I am worth my salt. Something's definitely happening. I've located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you will find there, so stint not in your preparation. I guess if we're speaking of preparation, maybe I should actually use some stuff. I must needs remain here to ensure that you have a means of egress. As I told you, we have no way of knowing what awaits you at the beacon, and so be sure to prepare yourself prior to departing. Hello. Speaking of, I think I have these potions, I might as well use one, right? They did. And do I have any food that's right for like sort food? That's gathering. Okay, so I can have some raisins. Oh, it replaces medicated. Okay, fair enough. Oh. Let's see how this goes. Come on, DPS. So just going to say now that this is the fight that I think got me properly hooked on Final Fantasy XIV. Not least of all because of the music. Look, an overdweller. Yes, yes, an invader from above. He uses our rights against us. He has defiled Titan's sacred sanctuary. Trespassed, violated, defiled. Overdwellers must leave. Overdwellers must fly. Brothers and sisters, fear him not. His fate shall be decided by the Lord of Crags. Hear me, Overdweller. You and your treacherous brethren must be held to account for the breaking of the covenant. You shall be the first to face judgment. Then Limsa are under oathbreakers, liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. O great Father, Lord of Crags, Titan we summon you, Titan we summon you. O great Father, Lord of Crags, Titan we summon you, Titan we summon you. Here we go. This is Titan. He has come! He has come! The Lord of Crags, Titan has come! Overdwell, art thou deaf to their weeping? Thy vile kind coveteth ever the blessing of the land, and murdereth my children by the score, all in service to greed. Such sins are beyond pardon. Ah, but I am not the first to suffer thy defiance. Thou didst bring Ifrit low. You know that? Godless Overdweller, thy myriad heresy shall not go unpunished. Upon thee I shall wreak a terrible vengeance. Sorry, message. Oh, it's Cleave. I should ignite. I should also maybe Whispering Dawn, make sure to place Barry in the center. Oh, no. Oh, that hurts. Okay. Oh, I am being bettered. What? Did that deny me getting... There we go. Under the weight. Ooh. Did we get him? Looks like we got him. The Lord of Crags, great Father Titan, has fallen! We did it. A second... Another crystal. It's the 4th now, isn't it? From the looks of it, there's 2 more. Still don't know what all this means. The crimes of the Overdwellers shall never be forgiven, never be forgotten. No, no, never! 'Twas your kin who broke the covenant. We have acted only in defense of our lands. Cease your aggression, or never will there be peace. Until our dying breaths we shall defy you. Deny, decry, defy! Now these are the readings one would expect of an Acon. I've seen enough. We proceed as planned. Are you sure that is wise, my lord? Your curiosity is untested and unproven. We do not yet know its true capabilities. Then trust in mine, Ritadin. My curiosity, as you so eloquently put it, would have bested Titan in the blink of an eye. Why, if there be truth to the legends, it could readily subjugate the whole of Eorzea, given but a little while longer. Is that not so? It is. No greater single power has ever been conceived, much less realized. What you say may well be true. While such devices may win battles, I do not believe they will serve to change the course of this war. Oh, but they will. Have a little faith, my friend. I cannot endorse this course of action. Fool. And now he has a fool. Fascinating. Carry on, Crystal Bear. Far though you have come, your work is far from done. A knot remained to mark his passing. Well, the Asians are nothing if not elusive. It is of little wonder that they should cast advanced teleportation magics at will. But that they would choose to consort with the Empire. What common goal could they possibly share? Miss Yashtola, I'm guessing you stabilized the Aphrodite? I feared I might arrive too late, but I see you had the matter well in hand. I have taken measures to ensure that we are not pursued, yet I cannot say how long they will hold. Take your leave while the kobolds are still in disarray. I will follow anon, and there is something I must investigate before I depart. I will teleport you to the Aphrodite in Zelma's Run, and we will rendezvous at the Camp Bronze Lake. Agreed? Yes, ma'am. You sure you don't need any help here? I'll take that as a no. Oh, bless. See, I think she was seen a little bit there. You kind of see Labria turn. I think it's more of a case Labria doesn't care if he's seen. Like, he doesn't have a reason to... He has no reason to hide. Or, like, to silence Yashtola. Right. Also, hello, Catherine. How are things going with you today? Oh no. Real life stuff always comes first. No worries. My stream was a bit later today anyway because I Muni and another friend of mine who's commented on a couple of videos, but Astro Mega Avenger got me into a game, that game I was streaming on Saturday, Vampire Survivors. And I was kind of playing it just before streaming and got a little bit distracted. Ended up not starting my stream until about 20 minutes past when I should have started. Anyway, Miss Yashtola, did you finish up your investigations? I'm relieved to see you well. But come, let us discuss our next step. Of course. I guess that would be debriefing Maelstrom. The word will have already reached Maelstrom Command. Protocol requires that a representative of our order inform the High Commander of the mission's success. The honor is rightfully yours, Sorin. Once again, I must commend you on a job well done. We shall speak again soon. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, Fahrenheit. 100 Fahrenheit sounds hot. I'm not quite sure what exactly it is because, again, me being in the UK, we use good old Celsius. And if it was 100 degrees outside here, it would be, well, we'd be dead. Is what would be happening. I don't think it's ever. It never gets hot enough here to, like, even to justify giving most buildings air conditioning. I like being consistent with my things. Like when I say I'm going to do something or when I plan to do something, I like to make sure I do it at that time. So it's kind of just annoys me myself. Oh, Commander Ricky? I just have an update on the Titan situation. It's good to see you, Private Sherwood. Word of your triumph reached me some while ago. I'm pleased to have it personally confirmed. First Ifrit, and now Titan. Truly, when I think of your achievements, I feel the loss of the Warriors of Light less keenly. And there can be no greater compliment than that. You and your order are heroes. Suffice it to say, we are glad to have a scion in our ranks. I shall relay the details of your report to the Admiral forthwith. Please send my regards to the Scions of the 7th Dawn. Until next time, Private. Thank you all. Miss Minfilia? Sorin, this is Minfilia. Yashtola has informed me of your success. You have won a great victory for the people of Eorzea, one that shall not be forgotten. And what is more, both you and Yashtola emerged from Ogamoro unscathed. Why, Tatar and the others seem as glad of that as they did of Titan's fall. You can look forward to a hero's welcome. We'll be waiting your return at the Waking Sands. And there is much to discuss. Godspeed. Oh, with that, I should be making my leave, Commander. For my A-Freight tickets. Off we go. First, to have 37, that is warm. Like in Northern Ireland, we consider like anything above 20, like that's hot to us. 37 would be. I think it was about 37 when I went to Tokyo. But that was... it was very humid and it... Is everything okay? Was that screaming I heard? I'm not sure I want to know. Excuse me? You heard that commotion just now? What the seven hells were they doing in there? Wrestling a paste? You look like the adventurous type. Mind taking a quick look? Of course. Miss Daughter? Miss Minfilia? Banquet? Ida? Papalino? happened here? Oh. Everyone? Anyone? Maybe under solar. There's... Maybe from suits. Garleans. Garleans found us? Miss Midfield? I don't see Miss Midfield anyone's bodies. Maybe they got out? Neuraxia. You? You're still alive. Hold on. I might be able to heal. This one is glad. Walking one is safe. Just hold on, Neuraxia. I can... No, not now. I need to heal.
We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. Thank heavens he is safe. Louisoix, do you see? Your light shines brightly in this one, and in time, it will illuminate the realm once more. Oh!
Advance no further!
We have come for the one who slayed Ifrit and Titan. Bring him forth, or you shall know no mercy.
They were here for me?
Confound it.
This happened because of me?
Stay out of sight. I would leave a message with you. I surrender myself, on the condition you spare the innocents.
Conditions? There speaks the Supreme Sire. I'll grant you have courage, but you would be better served by armor.
Search all you will. The one you seek is not here.
So it would seem.
And yet you knew to look here. But how?
Hold that thought.
No!
Conditions of surrender. Denied.
Cease at once!
Brianchi. Papalimo and...
Have you not
Water.
done enough?
Perhaps. Enough. We must away. Though we have not found our quarry, The High Priestess of the Scions should suffice for now. They say she also possesses the Echo. I cannot wait to hear her scream. I said enough!
Oh. Even her own
We
men?
leave! Bring the prisoners.
Urianja, Papalimo, and Potter still. Walking one Minfilia asked this one to... In case Walking One returned, this one was to say... at church in Eastern Fanalan. Walking One must claim sanctuary. This one tried to protect Walking One Minfilia from Imperial ones. Give this one. Save. Noraxia? Would this have happened if I'd said no to joining this? I just... I've stopped this somehow. Minfilia left orders. I should head to the church. Yashtala, Fankred, and Ida. I didn't see any of them in the vision. Maybe they got out. Maybe this is where we can regroup. Church for the dead. Looks like a fitting place to find myself now. For Iliad? Is something troubling you, my son? You have the look of one who has endured great suffering. If there is anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. The wild roses are dead, father, and I know not what to do. The wild roses. I see. You may speak freely here. We are all friends of the Scions. Oh, how could this have happened? And you are certain that Minfilia was among those taken by the Garleans? Yes, father. I don't believe she was the only one, but if anyone was, it was definitely her. Let us pray no further harm comes to them. You may stay here for as long as you wish. It is the least I can do for a friend of Minfilia's. I have known her since she was but a child. Well do I recall the day of our first meeting. I swore then to do everything in my power to support her, and I will gladly offer the self-same service to our brother and sister scions. So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask. Marks, would you come here for a moment? Yes, father? Mr. Marks. If you require assistance, pray speak with Marks. He is a trifle shy, but I assure you, he means well. I should explain. Marks is a survivor of the Battle of Cartano. Alas, his experiences took a terrible toll upon his mind. Had we not taken him into our care, he would surely have perished in the desert. Marks, I want you to look after Sorin. Do you understand? Yes, father. I need to sit down. Thought things were going well. I was, fighting the primals, going on investigations, and now this. Well, that is where I will be ending the stream. On that rather depressing note. Because it's 11:15 and I need to get some sleep. I've got work in the morning. I had genuinely forgotten that happens after the Titan battle. Which I think is probably for the best, because I think it helps kind of get a bit of my own reaction, my own surprise at... But, as always, thank you for stopping by and watching. I hope you're enjoying going through Sorin's journey with me. As usual, it will be on... I'll be streaming again on Wednesday and Friday for Sorin's journey. But until then, yeah, thanks for stopping by, and well, I hope you have a nice day.